Hello and welcome to day 7 of the Thrive 5 Daily Mobility Series. Today we're going to be looking exclusively at shoulders across just 2 drills. Okay, now the shoulder, being a ball and socket joint, really demands some extra love as it's often neglected. So today we're going to be kicking things off with some shoulder rotations. This is looking to take our shoulder joint through its entire active range of motion. Okay, so there are some things that I'm going to want you to pay attention to as we're going through this. We're going to be doing 45 seconds per side, but indeed, a bit of homework. Feel free to practice this every day of the week, and you're going to notice that cleanup. Consider this like brushing your teeth for your joints. Okay, so you're going to see me in this tall kneeling position here. You can do these anywhere. I like this because it stops the body moving somewhat, but I'm going to have to pay attention to keep my bum squeezed and my abs tight. I just want to isolate the shoulders. So if you notice your body turning throughout this set, try to bring it back to central, keep things squeezed, and be very honest about your shoulder range of motion that you have access to currently. So we're going to get our clock on. I'm going to squeeze my left fist, okay, working my right hand. I'm going to turn my palm open, lock my elbow, and I'm going to sweep it across the body like so. And I'm going to rise up, begin to rotate it as the bicep brushes past the ear, taking it as far as I can. Being patient there to then bring it to the side, begin to rotate it, so that's the thumb turning in. I'm also bringing it behind me simultaneously. Some stuff to think about there, so take your time. I then drop it down towards the hip as I run out of space. From here, I'm going to reverse that movement. I'm going to press behind me as much as I can. Then begin that rotation of the thumb back around, keeping it as far behind me as I can. As I rotate, it's coming past the ear, beginning to return to where I first started. We're now going to repeat that second rep here. This time thinking about working just that little bit harder, like that arm has been dropped into some concrete or something slightly less sinister, okay? And looking to explore as much range as we can there. Overrunning that clock just a little bit, but this is important stuff. And we can bring it with us as we come into our second shoulder, okay? So I'm going to repeat that on the other side. Squeeze that fist, brace the body tight, and begin that repetition. Notice here I'm being really patient to explore as much as I have here where things start to get a bit sticky, and then begin to bring it behind like someone's twisting my arm in my socket, down towards the pocket and reversing. It's okay if there's clicks and it's a little grindy, especially if you're not used to this. It's like you're exploring a dark room with a torch. It's a bit cobwebby, a bit dusty. Just needs a bit of TLC, a bit of spring cleaning. Okay. So that's going to do it for our rotations. Now we're going to be exploring some end range liftoffs. Now this is looking to take our end range, so the extent to which we can control it, and we're going to be performing some repetitions there. You might want to do this off of a bench, a couch, a sofa, anything like that. I'm a little bit lower than perhaps I might like, okay? But you can modify this by changing the position of the rest of your body. We're going to be doing 45 seconds per side also. All right, we're going to do one side at a time. I'm going to block off my body here, and I basically want to find my end range. That's where I can just about lift it off there. That's important. If I can't lift it off, I can't perform my repetitions, okay? But if it's too easy, it's not very meaningful. So take a second to find that. It's totally fine, all right? If we are exploring things, especially in this first round here. So we're going to get set up here. Clock is starting. I'm going to sink myself down to that end range. I'm going to squeeze that arm. I like to make a fist and a thumb. And I'm going to lift it up, squeeze, rest it back down. Lift it up and squeeze, rest it back down. You hear my voice trembling? That's how hard I'm working. All right, and as you get more comfortable with these, you should find you can create more and more force. Again, not doing yourself any damage. If anything doesn't feel quite right, back off, reduce the intensity, or take a rest for today. If you notice your elbow bending a lot, try to keep it straight and squeezed, and being very honest with your range of motion. Good. We're going to switch to the other side now. It's our last set of the day. All right. Again, you might be supported on your hand as opposed to your elbow like me, and doing it off of a slightly higher surface. The main thing is that we are at the end of our overhead flexion position here, and it's a real challenge to lift the hand off. And that's going to do it for the end of those liftoffs. Now, yes, I'm under the bright lights of show business, but you can see how hard I was working there by my shiny face. All right, so again, feel free to practice any of those drills if you would like throughout the rest of the week, especially those rotations. You can do those anywhere and keep your shoulders really happy. Well done if you've done all 7 days up to this point. I can't wait to kick off week 2 with you tomorrow for our lower body efforts. Thanks so much, and I'll catch up with you in the comment section below.